Kelly Ripa pauses live taping of talk show to honor Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the show's first ever guest. While the prose reads as a continuous, polished news article, notes in brackets, which you should omit in your final use, indicate where key facts were drawn from sources. In an unexpected and deeply poignant moment live on air, Kelly Ripa paused the joyous rhythm of her morning show to deliver a heartfelt tribute to Malcolm-Jamal Warner, whose sudden and tragic death has cast a long shadow across the world of television. This unscheduled tribute unfolded on July 22, 2025, when Ripa, co-hosting Live with Kelly and Mark, broke from the show's typically upbeat tone to honor Warner's legacy and memory. Ripa paused the show on July 22, 2025, to honor Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Ripa's voice trembled as she addressed the studio audience and viewers at home. "There's a lot of sad news in the news, so I guess we'll just get to it, and then try to do a hard pivot afterwards," she said, signaling a unique shift from lighthearted banter to solemn remembrance. The actor, best known for his role as Theodore Huxtable on The Cosby Show, had recently passed away, an event that left many in shock. She said that, and paid tribute, Warner died of drowning July 20th in Costa Rica. Producer Michael Gelman's backstage reminder resonated deeply. Warner had been the first ever guest on the show, back when it premiered in 1988 as Live with Regis and Kathy Lee. A clip of that original interview aired, transporting viewers back to a moment when Warner, then a rising star, welcomed the audience with his characteristic warmth and charm. It was a powerful reminder of the show's storied beginnings and Warner's enduring influence. He was the first guest in 1988, clip played. As the vintage footage played, Ripa reflected on the impact Warner had not just on television, but on her personally. Though they had never met, she said she felt an intimate connection. "We were 14 years old together, only he was a big TV star, and I was watching him. That shared age," she explained, made his presence on screen feel deeply familiar, like the friendly face of a companion of one's youth. "Grew up watching him, same year." Her words carried the weight of collective grief. "It's just so sad and crushing. I feel like a piece of all of us passed away." In that brief, unanticipated moment, Live transcended the formulaic boundaries of daytime television, offering something rare, genuine, unscripted morning that honored a life and a legacy. A shock from Costa Rica. The news of Malcolm-Jamal Warner's passing had broken just 2 days earlier. On Sunday, July 20th, while vacationing with family in Costa Rica, Warner was caught in a strong, unexpected current and tragically drowned. Emergency responders confirmed that he died of asphyxia after submersion, his final moments marked by sudden misfortune. He died July 20th of drowning/asphyxia, caught in strong current. At 54 years old, Warner left behind a family he had long kept private, his wife and their daughter. His passing sent ripples through entertainment circles and beyond, producing an outpouring of affection and sorrow from colleagues, friends, and fans, many of whom remembered him as both a remarkable performer and a gracious presence. Remembering a talent. Warner shot to prominence as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, a role he played from 1984 to 1992. His portrayal captured both the humor and vulnerability of adolescence, earning him widespread acclaim and making him a beloved fixture in many households. His portrayal was lauded for its authenticity and compassion, traits that resonated with viewers and critics alike. In the wake of his death, Bill Cosby offered reflections that spoke to Warner's professionalism and diligence. "He was always a great studier, very professional. Always knew his part, always knew his lines." Cosby expressed how much he had enjoyed working with Warner, underscoring the profound respect he held for his on-screen son. Cosby tribute. Other friends and collaborators joined in the tribute. Raven Simone, who rose to fame alongside Warner in the 1980s, captured the emotional swell of grief shared by many. "Words cannot describe the pain and sadness and surprise I feel. He was the big brother, a beacon, so gentle." She spoke of his advice, his warmth, and how his smile remains forever etched in her memory. A huge, bright F. King White smile. Raven tribute. Tracy Ellis Ross, who worked with Warner on Read Between the Lines, remembered him as warm, gentle, present, kind, thoughtful, deep, funny, elegant, calling him someone who made the world a brighter place. Angela Bassett, Emily Van Camp, Morris Chestnut, and Shanette Renee Wilson, among others, also issued heartfelt tributes, all emphasizing Warner's talent, his kindness, and the void his absence now leaves. Other tributes. The legacy of a first guest. Warner's place in the history of live cannot be overstated. As its inaugural guest in September 1988, he helped launch a daytime institution that would evolve through decades, co-hosts, and cultural shifts. That debut appearance, now replayed weeks before his passing, served as a testament to how intertwined Warner's early career was with the path of the show itself. Ripa's decision to pause the show, replay that moment, and speak so personally reflected not only respect for Warner, but also a recognition of television as shared history, one where the past and present collide with both beauty and sorrow. At its core, television can reflect our collective memories, and that clip represented not only Warner's first step on that stage, but the beginning of a living tradition. His presence in that moment was evergreen. Collective mourning amidst format. In daytime TV, segments are choreographed, introductions are rehearsed, and the day's rhythm is carefully maintained. To pivot hard, as Ripa said, implies that a sudden shift, not scheduled or anticipated, took place. That day, viewers saw hosts who didn't just deliver content, they humanized it. In breaking the pattern, they created space for grief, reverence, and remembrance. Ripa, who joined the show in 2001, spoke of following Warner's career with enduring fondness. In her narrative, the room between his television presence and her own emergence was a gap that he filled with talent and class. The tribute became as much about her personal journey as about his, underscoring how many in the entertainment industry and so many viewers felt connected to Warner's work, perhaps without even realizing it. Final moments. Though he rarely spoke of his private life, Warner's family, particularly his wife and daughter, are now left grieving a husband and father taken far too soon. Their privacy remains respected, even as the public laments a star gone at the height of his years. That day on Live, the tribute served as both culmination and reminder. We lose not just a famous actor, but a person whose presence brightened screens, shaped memories, and inspired both colleagues and fans. To watch Ripa struggle to hold back tears, to pause indefinitely, to replay that moment from 1988, was to feel the collective ache of loss and the quiet power of remembering. A life remembered, a day changed. The moment Kelly Ripa paused Live with Kelly and Mark will be remembered as a rare instance of live television moving beyond its structure into a realm of shared humanity. It underscored that while schedules can be disrupted, grief demands acknowledgement. While formats can be rigid, real emotion breaks through.